Hello, it is July 20th, 2020, a Monday, and this is the upper body part one. Yeah, not just should it be there, but it's I should also read it. Please, there should be a please on that, but please do not waste your time watching this video unless you have a really specific reason to watch this video. Otherwise, it would be a waste of your time, and I certainly hate to waste your time. If you have the ability, I would suggest watching this at double speed. Basically, a breakdown of what this video is a workout thing. Me keeping up. Well, we won't even go into why I'm doing this, but what we will go into, or what I will say, is the script for this, which is upper body part one, Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, switching out my workouts. It's been going through a lot of changes lately, but going back to the original thing as agreed, but I'm only going to do this specific workout once a month. Sort of like as a testing phase. Now it's been a couple months, so yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be adjusting my weights accordingly. But some interesting things about my new setup. My new setup is in 4 weeks. Week one is a workout, full body, every single day. Not terribly hard, but it does take a little bit out of me. Or a lot sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling. Week two is nothing. No pressures, no expectations. I can do whatever I want. I call it free time. Number three is this. Third week in the 4 week cycle is this, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout, upper body, lower body, upper body. And that it can almost be eventually into a testing phase where I'm actually writing down what I'm doing. I'm writing down the procedure of week one, the specific workout that I do, but I am not actually writing down the numbers and the results and the weight and all that kind of stuff. The week one is about feel. Week three is about numbers. Week four is another, no expectations, no pressures, do whatever I will. And that's where I get to the experiment. And what I've been doing the last few months is a lot of experimentation. So I think I want to build that into my workout routine. So yeah, I've in some ways I've slacked off. In some ways I've done better. I'm going to try to maximize that both. And I'm going to try to develop a workout system that is something I can keep for a lifetime. And maybe this 4 week iteration is on the path to that, if not that already. Okay, now I start with the simple. What's going to happen in this specific Monday workout, I'm going to try to recall it from memory. I do have it written down, but memory is going to be the way right now, is a warm-up. Then there is, I won't do a breathing exercise this time, but maybe Wednesday I'll do a breathing exercise before the warm-up. But anyway, warm-up and then the workout. The warm-up consists of 7 exercises my dad likes. Then there'll be 3 L-shaped chin-ups. Then there'll be 6 or 7. Let's go for 7 today. 7 upside down sit-ups, inverted sit-ups. Then there will be 13 push-ups. 7 squats, just air squats, no need for any weights on this, and 6 bends where I actually bend myself folding over. I'm going to try to keep that form where I push my butt backwards. That's just good. It seems to be a good way to get your back. Okay, so that is the warm-up. Then there is the actual workout. The workout is, like I said, upper body part one, 5 exercises. Although exercise 3 is really a grouping of 3 for the triceps. Exercise 1 is shoulder press. There's going to be 2 sets. There will be a set of 6 and then a set of 8. So set of 6, reduce the weight, set of 8. Second exercise will be pull downs. Pull downs, it's almost like a chin up, but with weight and sitting in a chair. Anyway, the pull downs, set of 6, lower the weight, set of 8. Then there will be what I call the tricep medley. Originally it was just I want to hit my triceps from multiple angles. So 3 different exercises, each one set. First will be a set of 6 dips. Then it'll be tricep extensions, probably left arm, right arm. Then there'll be skull crushers. Those, since there's 1 set of each, I'm going to try to do maybe a set of 20. Really maximize my triceps, really feel it. Maybe I'll get to 20, maybe I won't. I'm not going to use a lot of weight. Fourth exercise is going to be for the biceps. That is incline curls. So getting to the incline chair and doing curls from there. 2 sets. I think it's a set of 8, set of 10. I think that's what I wrote down for that. Set of 8, set of 10. Then the last exercise will be lateral raises. 5 sets. Lightweight, because you don't want to go crazy with weight on your laterals. It's too easy to injure them. It'll be a set of 15 and then 4 sets of 5. So a total of 5 sets on that lateral raises. And I'm going to extend my lateral raises beyond just going perpendicular. I'm going to actually move it, the hands well above my head, because it's lightweight and I love the range of motion thing. I know people say, and it seems to be true, that if you tighten up your range of motion, you don't do a full extension range of motion, you actually look bigger. But the goal is not actually looking bigger or looking stronger, obviously. Yeah, I definitely don't look the part, but I am after that longevity, health, hopefully be healthy well beyond 100 years old and beyond that, beyond 100 years old, and whatever comes after 120, which is probably 121, and 130, and just, if at all possible, not dying. That would be kind of interesting. Well, maybe a little bit more than kind of. All right, so enough talking. It's been a little while since I've shot one of these videos. I have a backlog of a few videos that I got to put up, and I don't think I'm going to put this up for public right now, maybe as evidence later on of like, hey, I did this for a few years. But yeah, there's going to be gaps, and there has been gaps before. There's no big deal about that, but generally sticking with it. It'll be kind of cool to see a video once every month, or 3 videos a month, as opposed to what was going on before with 12. And anyway, all right, that was enough talking. As I've said once before, and I'll say it the 3rd time, that's enough talking. Let's go. Not sure about the framing of this. I probably should have looked at that. I know the video's recording. At least I did that bit right. All right, that looks like a decent frame. Okay. 7 exercises my dad likes, starting out with this. I'm going to do most of my breathing just through my nose on this. That is, the first exercise. The second exercise is just the shoulders. Just get the shoulders. I did a little too many of those, but anyway, I was only going for a set of 7. Oh, there's the pop. Yeah, I like the full extension of this. Technically, you only need to go like that, but I like this. Maybe that's around 7. Feels like it. Also, if I can just loosen up a little bit, that's a good feeling right there. Get nice and loose. Next one. I do these almost every day, and it's amazing that I'm having trouble remembering. All right, so there is this, which is basically mirroring the lateral raises. did some serious breathing exercises with a friend of mine today. COVID-19 telecommunications. We weren't in the same room, and it was pretty good. Good stuff. So very happy about that. Hopefully, be doing that every day for the next few weeks, and that'll be good. But no reason to talk about it. Let's actually work. And I like bringing the knees up nice and high. And that's 1. That'll be 2. That'll be 3. That'll be 4. That'll be 5. See how high? Yeah. That'll be 6. Using momentum a little bit too much, but it's a nice stretch. And just something like that. All right, next one. I'm just going to do one leg at a time, not the back and forth motion, but I'm going to do both with one leg. So let's start out with my right leg. There will be forward and sideways. So get myself some space, and let's see my balance. And I like doing the toe out because as soon as the toe hits, I know that's like, but at the same time, heel does something different too. See, the heel seems harder. And it doesn't really work like this, I guess. Yeah, not a lot of movement there, real tight there. Not fully extending my foot. Let's try extending the foot. I do these by myself on mountains, so I'll bring my heel up. Do this, well, I mean, I'm by myself now, but on video. I'm gonna do the maybe because I don't want, the bottoms of my feet are dirty. All right, spare myself that embarrassment. Am I really embarrassed about it? All right. Might have been a little bit fast. Kind of like doing this a little bit slower sometimes, but a little bit anxious. The heart's pumping, things are going on. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a stretch here, just in putting these on. Hook up. All right. And the stretch is kind of this thing right here. And definitely like that hook facing up again. You can do it the other way. It's a little bit more difficult for me to get on the pole the other way. Whew, there's a stretch. There's a stretch. Let's stretch that really. Come on. Don't call it a stretch and not really stretch. There, that's a bit better. All right, so it's going to be L-shaped chin-ups. Get on here. With this, it's a little bit added weight, but it's no big deal. It's just going to be 3. Maybe more of a big deal than I thought. Wow. Yeah, getting weak. Those were sloppy. Sloppy. All right, so now, but I'm gonna let myself get away with that because I got a full workout coming up. And, so yeah, that, trying to stretch my legs out on that was, I don't know, maybe I'm just being lazy, but that seemed pretty difficult. So, yeah, did not expect that to be like that. But that's okay, learning experience. Next time, don't put these on before doing the chin-ups. Or maybe if I do put these on, just do normal chin-ups. But I kind of like the L-shaped ones. There's an element of control in there that's kind of nice. And it's only 3, so not like I can do 20 or anything like that, but 3 seems like a nice, small, easy, manageable number. Inverted sit-ups. Here we go. Yep, and then, ooh, dive right into it. Yep. Also keep my pants up. All right, so stop the swinging, maybe do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of turning. Go for it. 1, 2 on the backswing, 3, here comes number 7. Oh. Oh. We'll stretch this way. Same thing this way. Oh, that's nice. All right. It's been a little while on those. Definitely got the heavy breathing going. Whew. Oh, man. Already a little bit of tiny sweat too. The AC's running pretty good in this place. Probably running too much. All right. Next thing after I catch my breath, 13 push-ups. Got my little push-up bars that turn. They're kind of nice. Oh. I don't know what that thing is. Don't want to do a push-up on top of it. Oh, there we go. 11, 12, 13. Hopefully my count was right. I'm gonna watch. I think there was some bend. Instead of being straight, I think there was some bend there. So hopefully the video won't lie to me and show me that there's bend there. All right, so now it's just, I'm gonna try to keep my heels on the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of like turning the knees out a little bit. All right. Then this one, I'm gonna watch my backside go backwards. 2, 3, 4. Try and keep my knees straight. 5. Yeah, nice bend in there. 6. I'm gonna hold that bend for a little bit. Knees are hopefully straight. Could be a little bit straighter, but almost perfectly straight. Touching my toes. All right. That's a warm up. Now that we're exercises. Oh yeah, the exercises between every set, there's a breathing exercise. I think I'm gonna do 13 breaths, or I'll do 7. Do them real slow, count with the fingers. That's it for this room. Watch these videos about this guy. I think his name, or the name he goes by is Subject Zero. He ends his videos with this, okay, we're done here. You know, that's kind of fun. All right. Yeah. Let's see if we can frame both things in. That way I don't have to change. Got trusty rusty notebook. That's very important for these exercises. Notebook. Let's see if we can bend it, or not bend it, but balance. Balance it right there. And it's going to be a set of 6 of these. It's going to be 3 sets, because this is the first exercise in the workout. 3 sets, 6, 8, and 10. And I think everything else is 8 and 10. I could look at that, but let's see if we can look at that in low lighting conditions and really see it. I can't really tell. It could be 6 or 8. It looks like an 8. Yeah, I guess everything else is pretty much 8. Well, exercises 2, 4 are 8. Exercise 3 has 3 exercises within it, and all of them 1 set each. So, do the breathing exercise. Remind myself about that. I'm gonna get slightly in position. Feel pretty good about this. 4 sets of those. Another breathing exercise. Yeah, I'm liking the 7 breath ones. Set of 8 on this exercise next, after a breathing exercise coming up right now. Good choice. All right. Breathing exercises, set of 7 breaths. Set of 10 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every now and then I caught myself kind of looking at my shoulders like, hey, can you guys do it? Then I realized, I read something about one guy in particular that would visualize his muscles. So I thought, yeah, I think it's time for me to visualize my muscles a little bit. So I closed my eyes, put my head straight forward, and the last couple reps of those were visualization. I just realized I got to do something real quick. Basically, I guess off camera, and that is set up my C-clamps for an exercise for Wednesday that goes like this, because I've been doing a lot of that, but I haven't been doing a lot of that, and I think there's an imbalance there, and my guess is that imbalance could cause knee problems. Also, I've lowered the weight on both exercises and just upped the reps to take care of tendons and ligaments and all that kind of fun stuff. So hopefully that'll do the job. Also gonna just do a little relaxing breathing while setting up these C-clamps so I don't forget on Wednesday, because it'll already be done and it won't hopefully take too long to set up the C-clamps. Nice and tight on there, as C-clamps can do. clamps to set them up so they're almost like too tight to put on it. The first one I made the mistake of having it opened a little too wide, so it took a long time just to get the screw in position before it was contacting what it needed to clamp to. The piece of wood in this case that I need to clamp to. Maybe some tape will do the next step of this thing, but so far it's kind of locked in there. Dropping notebooks and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so now I guess I'll point a little bit that way, because there's going to be two more things that way. The two sets of pull downs. That was a good back stretch right there. Living and bent over, pick stuff off the land. Definitely feeling my shoulders right about now. The warmth in my shoulders is considerable. Nice wide grip on this thing. And it's going to be a set of 8. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one might try to bring really far down. 8. There we go. That's good feelings right there. Oh goodness. I skipped out the breath exercises because basically I've had some nice regular relaxed breathing while setting up those C-clamps. Now I'm going to do the breathing exercises. Set of 10. Wow, I'm still feeling that in my shoulders. Did not expect that feeling in my shoulders. Especially right after the exercise. I wasn't feeling much in my shoulders. After messing with the C-clamps and starting this one. Whew, some excellent shoulder feelings. It's good, I can talk about my feelings. My shoulders are definitely feeling it. Oh. All right. Set of 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, number 10. What I like about this versus chin-ups is I can lean back a little bit, and that way I think it hits the shoulders or the back in a different angle, and I feel it in my shoulders too. Kind of maybe a little bit of splash damage after doing shoulder press. I know the difference between concentric and eccentric, and I know I'm hitting at what is it? I guess a concentric angle versus the eccentric, which I just worked out, but there might be something to it. I mean, of course, it could just be all psychosomatic, and that's fine. I'll live with that. As long as I get results. If the results come from placebo effect, so be it. I've even thought about patterns of in life, not necessarily in my situation as a human being, but other people's situations as human beings. set up a situation where you're stacking like 20 placebos, and one of them will have the placebo effect, maybe more than one. Yeah, let's say the placebo effect is like this universal 13% of everybody who tries a placebo gets a placebo effect. Well, shoot, if you have 20 different placebos, hey, chances are one of them will hit. But the chances of, getting flipping a coin, having it 3 times heads in a row is one thing. Having the chances of, after already getting it heads in a row 2 times, the chance of flipping that coin and getting the heads is still 50%. So each trial, each placebo is obviously independent of the other ones, sort of. Still trying to kind of wrap my head around that. If it's all like, it's not consecutive, but it's all stacked at the same time. So it's almost like flipping 20 quarters, because you have 20 hands for some stupid reason, and you flip 20 quarters or dimes or whatever, 20 coins, and have all those coins. Let's say there's a 13% chance of them landing heads because they're all weight funny. So you flip 20 of them, and having all 30 of them, or all 20 of them land tails is one thing. So the statistics of that is kind of what I'd be betting on in a certain situation. And maybe I should apply a little bit of that in my real life, as far as like, hey, the breathing exercises can totally be a placebo effect. And if I stack different types of breathing exercises, let's say I'm doing at least 3 breathing exercises a day, one morning, one afternoon, one night. Maybe that's that's only 3 iterations a day, but still. Anyway, time for some dips. I'm not going to do a breathing exercise right now because I just talked way too much. All right, I'm going to go for shoot. Let's see if 7 is in the cards. Let's see if my body is capable of 7 dips right now, or more. But chances are I'm probably going to stop at 7. Right leg was shaking about that speed, just like that. Man, that was interesting. Felt pretty strong there. Not sure if the first 2 reps I went all the way down as far as I could have. And visually, you think you can go down further, but it's just kind of like my body locks up right there. Like it's just like, it feels like it should, like even here, it feels like my elbows should go further back, but without momentum forcing them back, they're really not going that much farther back. And it's not like a muscle thing. I think it's a whole skeletal issue. Nice and toasty in here. No AC running in here. I can hear my AC running. Means I'll look forward to the house. A little bit extra light. Not terribly dark right now, but I didn't know when I would get to these exercises. Part of me figured have the light on, set things up. I do a little bit of prep work before pressing start on the video. And yeah. Oh goodness. There are things going on here. There is breathing and all sorts of silliness. I wonder if that guitar's still in tune. Nice little snap of. All right. So that's been done. Some would say that's been done to death. All right, so that looks pretty good. Nice little frame in there. 36 minutes, my goodness. For a workout that should take 12 minutes. But doing a lot of breathing, doing a lot of talking. Hopefully it's fun for whoever's watching this. And hopefully there's very few people watching this. Only the ones that have a kind of important reason to watch it. Maybe not an important reason to watch it. And maybe if you're watching this video, I'm already dead. No, God, that was morbid. Goodness me, that was morbid quick. No, it's nothing like that. Basically, the short version is I had a bet that had two settings. And the real short version is I gotta do these videos and I gotta put at least some of them up on the internet for anybody to watch. Just a few of them, don't have to be all of them. Have someone else have access to those videos to watch them. And now, the other party in that, I don't have to do videos as long as the other party doesn't watch them. And if the other party doesn't watch, then I can skip out on this. So yes, I have skipped out on this a little bit, using that as an excuse. But is it a mark of my character that even when that excuse is present, I'm not using it? Viable excuse, built into the contract, the verbal contract of that bet. But alas, I'm not using the excuse. And that's kind of nice, not to use the excuses available for you. Available for you, available to you, available with you. All right, so I'm setting up for the incline bench, but it's not incline bench right now. It is one set of approximately 20 reps of kickbacks. So I shouldn't even have put that there. This talking, I'm gonna reason that it's taking place at the breath exercise. And there's a certain part of me that loves consistency, but there's a certain part of me that loves to play around with the variability. So like consistency, variability. And speaking to the camera is kind of my breathing and elocution training, and also diction training. You know, love you're using the words diction and elocution, but speaking, making myself speak a little bit better without stuttering or slurring words or having my thoughts trapped in a loop. This is tricep kickbacks, one arm at a time, even though I got both the weights. Gonna try for a set of 20. Gonna maybe stretch out that arm a little bit like that. All right, so here's my range of motion without the weight. As long as I'm not tugging on my beard. Whew, that's range of motion. Let's see if with the weight matches that. Oh, that was a nice little twirl. The weight likes to spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one didn't get range of motion. 9, 10. Neither that one. 11, 12. Still goes in the bucket. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh yeah, there's feelings there. And I almost dropped the other weight. That's how much feelings were going on. All right. How's my eye line? Anyway. Here we go. Range of motion without, right about there. Hopefully that's within the camera frame. There it is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Joke's on me. I don't know why that was hilarious. It's probably just hilarious to me. It's a good thing that hopefully nobody else but me will watch these things. I'll be like, what was I thinking? All right, I'm gonna do something a little different on the skull crushers. I'm gonna do 2 different positions. One's gonna be like this, one's gonna be like that. I think I'm gonna start out like this. Do about 13 of those and 7 of the others. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Switch to this. Oh my goodness. I gotta stretch out before I do that. Wow. That was an interesting feeling. Maybe do quick 3 breaths to get myself together. Here's something. My body has happily told me, don't ever stand still, always sway. If I stand still, my left leg starts kind of falling asleep. Something weird happens to my left leg. Sometimes it kind of hurts. But if I sway a little bit, even almost imperceptibly sway, it doesn't happen. Also, if I bend my knees more, I think I'm straightening my knees too much. That's causing some sort of blockage of blood or less blood flow. I'm not sure. But simple solution. And also, I kind of like swaying. Did it in line the other day, getting some groceries. Felt good. Felt like time was on my side. I could sway, and I could relax, and just enjoy the line and the thoughts running in my head. And I look at the people around me and wish them nothing but well, because we're all in this thing together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really hitting my triceps from lots of different angles there. Tricep kickbacks did it one way, the dips did it another way, and the 2 flavors of skull crushers. Now, totally doing skull crushers wrong. I remember doing skull crushers either standing up or laying down on a bench. Laying down on a bench is an interesting experience with a single weight or just a plate. Like grab yourself a, whatever weight plate, and then, but putting your elbows a little closer together. So I'm just going to do 3 of those just for the feeling of it, with the elbows close together. And I've heard that putting your elbows next to your ears, which actually just hurts doing that, it does something special for the triceps. So like elbows to ears, things feel tight, feel weird there, but it's a good stretch, just putting my elbows to my ears. So go figure. I always like to put these things labeled down. I'm not necessarily sure as to why. Makes no difference. Man. All right, 7 breath exercises, and then we jump on the knees. Oh, goodness. Feel the reality. Maybe it's placebo effect. Maybe it's psychosomatic. But I feel more relaxed right now. And I think it's a good feeling. Fun question to ask myself sometimes is like, how can this good feeling be bad? Now maybe it's bad because it puts me in an unnaturally relaxed state. And therefore, I cannot or will not lift as much weight as I should for more optimum strength training. At the same time, not necessarily after optimum. What I'm really after, as I've said to myself again, is health span. Not just living longer, but living longer and living healthier. Who would not say no to having the body of themselves at 25. Guessing that their body at 25 was doing pretty good when they're 100. I don't think that's very realistic, but I think a lot of things in life have gotten better because of things not being realistic at the time and changing. 50 years ago, if I told you about homeless people, homeless dudes with cell phones, that's my standard of progress right there. How many homeless dudes have cell phones? Homeless dudes with cell phones. Told you about that 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Especially 70 years ago. Man, that's unrealistic. That homeless person can not only call anybody they want, almost for free, but can get information, a massive amount of the world's information. Unreal. Now, the world has been backtracking. One of the biggest gripes is when the internet first kind of came around. Well, not when the internet's been around for a long time, but I'll say when I first, let's say like cell phones. The first time you got an unwanted robocall, you could go online, click the numbers in, and it would tell you that basically this number's not worth, like whatever. Not worth your time. But now, you type in those numbers, the first 50 pages of numbers is advertising for, hey, do you want to pay money so we can get the information on the person or entity that's connected to this number? That is a step backwards. It used to be better before. We could just type in the number and get information on what company, what person, and really use that information to determine if there needs to be a call back. Sadly, we can't do that anymore, so you have to hope for that person or entity to leave a message. And then that's your barometer of, hey, this is worth somebody calling back, or not. Oh, man. I have a friend, his voicemail's always full. I think what he does is, it was almost full, and I told him about it, and he deleted a few messages, and then it got filled up really quick. I think his situation is, and this is just me guessing, that he has a whole bunch of voicemails from like an ex-girlfriend, when she was his girlfriend at the time, saying sweet, wonderful things, and he hasn't had the heart to delete those. I'm not sure about that, but I think I've suffered a little bit from that sentimentality. I remember over at my grandmother's house, and lately I've been playing a lot of video games, so I remember playing a lot of video games over at my grandmother's house, so lately I've been just missing my grandmother, playing a good video game and expecting my grandma to show up and like, what's that? Oh, that's Fallout 4. This is a gigantic monster beast thing, A Queen Mirelurk. I remember one time she saw me fighting a Queen Mirelurk, and it was the most amazing thing for her to watch. And try as I might, I could not get her to grab the controller and try it. She just wouldn't touch the thing, but she liked watching. She liked being amazed by this horrible creature on the screen that was trying to kill my character. Oh, man, I miss her. But yeah, sentimentality. Over at my grandmother's house, my mom, which she died at the time when I was at my grandmother's house, like 6 years before, and I was messing around with, like, she asked me to unplug her answering machine or do something, and somehow we got the recent messages to pop up, and both her and I listened to my mom's voice, which was from 6 years ago, but still on her answering machine, and yeah, we decided not to delete that message. It was nice. Funny thing is, I remember the voice a little bit, but I don't remember what was said. I don't think it matters. It just, the feeling was there. There was good feelings. And I think on all parties involved. I think my mom leaving the message was probably feeling happy, talking to her mom. Good stuff. Time to work out. There's 8 of these, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is feelings. 8. I'm gonna do 9 just because. Nice and slow and good. Visualize those muscles making the work happen. Now, even though that was kind of easy and it almost felt a little too easy, maybe the bonus offset that. Also, a little bit of visualization. The muscles probably helped. So there was good things going on there. Going to do another set. I was thinking about going with these, but I can do this set again with that. That was kind of light. So I'm going to do this set again, but to 10. Set of 10 with this weight. So this weight again, just a set of 10 reps. Get to the point where I'm kind of really feeling it. Don't want to injure myself, obviously, but and I say that a lot, but I stray too close to that territory sometimes. So knowing your body, and part of knowing my body is the week 1 progress, which I already did 2 weeks ago. Week 1 is every single part of my body, head to toe pretty much. Actually, I'm not doing anything for neck, but maybe one of these days I'll do a neck workout. Look at me, I can lift my head with 800 pounds on it. Might be useful. I mean, who knows, maybe having a strong neck makes your spine healthier. So that's one thing worth considering as long as you don't overdo it. And I guess I kind of do that. There's a red lead exercise I've done. I don't do it often, but put your head against the thing or lean forward and put your head all the way back and just self-resistance while at a red light. And then the same thing's true. Although it works better with your right hand because you go forward and like you don't have to worry about your elbow bumping into your windshield, because usually when I'm in the vehicle, most of the time I'm driving. So, but when you're in passenger, feel free to use your left for the resistance. And that self-resistance is an interesting thing because it's so easy to cheat. And if you just focus on don't cheat, even if you're saying don't cheat, the resistance kind of changes when you're doing self-resistance, but it's still useful. I mean, I've done a lot of self-resistance sitting push-ups at red lights, and it has been, I think, I've definitely felt it, so I think it's done some good for me. Back to psychosomatic. All right, and back to this, which is going to be a set of 10. I'm not really going to do a breathing exercise because I've been doing a lot of talking. Man, the talking feels good. It's been a little while. I miss you. I miss talking to the camera. I miss the fact that hopefully nobody will watch this. And I know I look like an idiot. I know I probably am an idiot, but I like being an idiot. If this is being an idiot, man, sign me up. I like this life. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Even with all the stuff that's going on, you know. Now I have a built-in excuse not to go anywhere. You know, COVID-19, don't go anywhere. That's why I like playing video games sometimes. Sometimes I even play video games with other people, social online type things. And it's so cool meeting somebody that's so into video games. You kind of ask them, hey, what do you think about this whole thing that's going on? And the person's like, the dude, usually a dude, it's like, what do you mean, what's going on? And you're like, yeah, COVID-19. And the dude's like, what? Then you know that dude is really into video games. Yeah, I'm playing one right now. It's called Dead in Vinland. I think it's a computer game that was ported over to the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, and it is just entirely too much fun. Finally got my situation balanced with all the characters, and they all help each other out. They all do work during the day. You know, tend to the goats, or none, there's no goats. Tend to the sheep. chop the lumber, get the stone and the iron, sometimes a little bit of hunting, sometimes a little bit of fishing, sometimes a little bit of exploring. Sometimes they're making stuff, sometimes they're cooking stuff, sometimes they're harvesting different things. All sorts of goodness in there. Yeah, it's a really good game. And then there's a little dog, and the dog's name is Valor. I think you can change the name of the dog, but the default name is Valor. And I think it's a little like a gray corgi, and that's fun stuff. And Valor is drawn, it's all cartoonish type drawings, and it's all just drawn really well. And it's really internally consistent with itself. That's why I like certain like Professor Layton games. Professor Layton games have this level of internal consistency that runs throughout the game. You know, this looks like this in the beginning and it looks like that near the end, you know, and the evolution is there, but it's still internally consistent. I guess it's hard to describe that concept, and I won't describe it now. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if moving my head forward was momentum and somehow forced a little bit of a cheat. I tried to visualize the muscles. I don't know if I did the best job of it, but there's definitely room to improve upon my visualizations. Wow, that was good. All right, almost at the end. One exercise, 5 sets of it left. Let's do a little breathing exercise from the incline bench. Whole new video series, breathing exercises from the incline bench. Set of 7, in nose, out mouth. Slight pause after the full inhale, slight pause after the full exhale. Don't have to go for 100% fullness or 100% emptiness, just whatever feels good. Simple method of finger counting. I kind of like the whole, what I used to do about the first tip of the finger, first knuckle, second knuckle base. That was a kind of a fun way thing because it equaled some interesting numbers. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be your 7. And that was just on one finger. It was pretty cool. So like the way that went was tip of the finger, you counting with your thumb, and you're using your finger because your thumb only has really one knuckle. There is 2 bends in your finger, most people's. So like the first knuckle, second knuckle type thing. So connecting those two, that's the 1. Then there's the 2, then there's your 3, then there's a 4, you go back up, then there's your 5, there's your 6, and then there's your 7. So you could do, you know, real simply, one hand would be, 28. 2 hands, 56. So that was kind of a fun way to count. I think that's right. I believe 4 times 7 is 28. And then 2 hands, so you add 28 plus 28, or you just multiply it times 2, would be 56. So you can count to 56. And let's say you do that twice, you get 112. And for some reason I like the number 113. So like you just do that bonus one when you close up your fists, and both fists is equal to 113. So, you don't have to spend time either visualizing the number or sounding it out in your head or vocalizingly sound it out. Vocalizingly sound it out kind of defeats some of the breath training. If you notice when I'm doing my breathing exercises, usually I don't count, although sometimes I've tried to, like variety, spice my life up with breathing exercises in a wide variety of ways. Some varieties I don't go to though. I don't do the stuff where I'm going to breathe in 25% stop. I'm going to breathe in 50% stop. I'm going to breathe in 75% stop. I'm going to breathe in 100% stop and go down that ladder in the same percentages. I don't do that. Stay away from that. Okay, sometimes I dabble. It's just experimentation. It's no big deal, but generally I stay away from that. Usually full breaths or half breaths, or if I'm doing, actually one of my favorite things is getting myself 70% or 80 or 90% in full. So it's like, that feels like 90% because I can definitely push in a little bit more that last 10%, getting that 90% and bringing it down to maybe down to 40% worth of breath right there, and then bringing it back to 90, doing that 90-40 thing. That's fun for real quick breathing exercises using the mouth on the inhale and exhale. Dries out your throat. Breathing inhale and exhale with the nose is sometimes just too slow. It's kind of nice to get yourself that jiggling feeling, and as I was talking to my buddy before about taking a cold shower, what I used to do before I take a cold shower, I would just sometimes I'll do a real quick breathing exercise like that, get my body feeling like there's a force field around it, and you don't even really register the cold. It's just like whatever, it's hitting the force field. But then again, what would be the point of taking a shower while you have a force field on you, So the force field is just all in here. It's just somehow your body's perception changes, and my mind tends to think of that perception change as a force field, and therefore probably further manifests the idea of a force field by repelling cold to a certain extent. I'm not so sure what would happen if I jumped into water literally with ice all around it. I'm not sure what would happen. I don't have that opportunity too often. So, all right. So last exercise, 5 sets, for all things good in the world. Hopefully the camera's still working. So yeah, it looks like it. And it is just it's gonna be fun. So, did the breathing exercise. Why talk about it? Let's go. Let's get this done. I even brought the weights out here to cut down on the time for me to go and get the weights. Tiny little weights. Happy, friendly, tiny weights. I almost feel like Bob Ross, happy trees, happy weights. All right, so I'm gonna watch my shadow as far as lifting and not lifting. I'm gonna do this from a couple different angles, but I'm thinking this angle is gonna be good for the 15. Gonna bend my knees a little bit. Set at 15. 1, 2, 3. I'm not worried about the bend in my elbows a little bit. 4, 5. That time I did worry about my elbows a little bit. 7, 8, 9. A little bit of a swaying thing going on there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's 15. All right, I'm going to change my angle for a little variety. I'm going to stand here, watch some of my breathing. Probably on the video I'll get to see my breathing really good. I'm going to do a set of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here's 5. There we go. That's the goods right there. Another set of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit of a bounce on that last one. A little bit of a momentum. Almost subconscious, I believe. Wasn't really trying for that extra momentum, but my body wanted it, so it gave it to me. So I'll thank my body, but respectfully ask, no more momentum, please. Well, maybe a little. If you need to, go ahead. But let's try not to. Set of 5. 1, 3. There's 5 right there. Oh my goodness, are we on the last set? Yes, we are. Wow. Really felt those last 2 reps because I completely straightened my arms, or at least tried to completely straighten my arms. And didn't do any swaying, really tried to make myself still, not lock my knees like that, but lock it into kind of a bent position. Felt like I was locking myself into the earth and moving nothing but my arms. So, yeah, a little tiny change in form, man, makes a difference on that. I guess as evidenced by, hey, I'm gonna do some chin-ups, L-shaped chin-ups with some extra stuff on my feet that I'm not used to, which happened earlier. All right, so yeah, that's that. Did some good breathing exercises today before this, and did some, I think, good breathing exercises during this. So, nothing left to say, but gonna reiterate to myself what's going on with this. Let's see if this video is still working. Okay, so note to myself. Let's get serious about this. Let's put these away right quick. Get these out of the way. All right, serious talk, folks. Serious talk. What some people would say real talk. No, I'm not getting serious with this. Still silly and fun. All right, so silly and fun talk. Not too silly, not too much fun. More like perspective. This, I think, is the way for me. As a good friend of mine used to say, there's the path and then there's the way. Good news, the path is along the way. All right, so 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks is the cycle. This is a reminder to myself and also practicing the explanation for why I'm doing what I'm doing. Not the video thing. The video thing is something different, which I've already explained. So lots of explanations in this one. Hear me out. Me talking to me. Don't filter me out, myself. All right, reminder to myself. My workout program is 4-week cycles. Each week is something different. It's 7 days a week. There is no breaks in there, except for week 2 and 4, which are a built-in break. Week 1. There's no need for counting. There's no need for writing down. It's really listening to my body. And sometimes maybe even while I'm doing a workout, say something out loud or change my breathing pattern in a way, or somehow break myself off from remembering what number repetition I'm on, just kind of going for it. And that is going to be basically exercises that do the full body. I don't know exactly how many exercises there are. There's probably somewhere between 30 and 20 on there. But there's all these different exercises that focus in on the whole body. The sequence, I switch up the sequence on it, usually based upon convenience. And convenience is the name of the game. So like taking out the writing, taking out the breath exercises in between, maybe a breath or two to get ready for your next set or your next changeover, whatever it is. Sometimes it's just one set for an exercise, because let's say there's 25 exercises on there. You're doing your 25 exercises. You're not going to be doing multiple sets. And maybe I'm doing multiple sets. It's all based upon feelings. Just doing the bare minimum is one single set until you feel it of 25 different exercises, ranging throughout the whole body, trying to get the whole body into it. That is every single day for a week. Whew. Next week, week 2, nothing. Or anything I want. Nothing is the bare minimum, which is easy to hit. Sometimes it's fun stuff. Sometimes it's like, hey, let's see if I can do X number of chin-ups in a day.
And that's just doing multiple sets, like, oh, every time I pass the chin-up bar, have excuses to pass by the chin-up bar, and just do a few more, and add it up and see if my goal is, let's see if my goal is 9. Let's see if my goal is 2. Let's say if my goal is 200. Doesn't matter what the goal is right now, just for this example. In the real world, it does matter what the goal is. But just doing it to the best of my ability, really getting that full control over that chin up, really making those things just picture perfect. Strength used throughout, very smooth, really well, a quality chin up. Going for high quality, not high quantity. That might be an exercise, or there might be an exercise where, hey, let's see how many I can do in one set, and let's let quality not be a problem. So you don't need to go all the way down, you don't need to go all the way up, just basically figure out, you don't have to go above the bar, just touch your chin to the bar, whatever it is. All it is like that week is just adventure and challenge. Whatever challenge I want, or none at all. Just kind of letting my body feel it and dictate it. And last week when I did that, there was, Sunday I think I did nothing. Saturday I think I did nothing. The rest of the week I did some fun stuff. Week 3, that's this. 3 workouts, upper Monday, lower Tuesday, lower Wednesday, and upper Friday. Upper part 2 Friday. Different way of hitting the upper body on Friday. This is one where I measured it out. I pre-write it. I write the script on the book. I write the prescription, I write the script. And maybe I'll change it a little bit while I'm doing it. This is familiar territory because these were what I was videotaping before. My full body ones, I'm probably not going to videotape that because that's not necessary. If there is somebody out there that really, really wants to see the full body one, hey, that's totally apropos and totally doable. But I'm not going to waste time setting up a video camera and all that kind of stuff. It's just go. It's check that box off, full body done. And the cool thing about it is, I'm knocking every single part of my body a little bit and just knocking those few percentage points out as far as damage goes. And then my body can heal the damage in good sleep. All this comes with good sleep. Because without good sleep, this stuff is not nearly as effective. Week 4, same thing, adventure, challenge, whatever I want, free-form adventure. Instead of calling it nothing, it's free-form adventure. So adventure in working out, trying to have fun with it, trying different exercises, maybe watching videos of people online trying their workouts. I've inherited a few workouts on DVD, maybe doing one of those. Because I remember anytime I wanted to do something more adventurous or interesting, I used to always be like, no, I've already done my workout for the next 2 days or whatever it was. So getting rid of that built-in excuse. And so there is structure, but there's also freedom. There is discipline, but there's also variety. And then I think with this level, I can kind of get to know myself and get to do this throughout the rest of my life, hopefully. That's part of the goal right there. A workout program, the best workout program is not optimally designed for your body. It's partially designed for your mind too. And my mind just doesn't like doing the same thing without any sort of vacation coming up, But it's like every week I earn that vacation, but every week I also enjoy that vacation and throw challenges in that vacation, investigations, stuff that I wouldn't adventurously try before. So, wow. There's things I've downloaded and bought and just never have tried, and I'm almost embarrassed about how little I've used some of the equipment that somebody's like, oh, I got this thing used, you can have it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool piece of equipment, and never use it. And that way, the person asks me, hey, how you like that, whatever exercise piece of equipment? And I'll be like, oh man, I haven't used it yet, but I will. 2 years later, but I will. Well, now I'm getting rid of that excuse. That's part of Adventure Week. Looking around and maximizing the stuff I have. There's so many opportunities and things I have. I have a friend that talked to me about he's converted, almost forcefully converted, to nothing, no weights, all things body weight. Like, Wow. I heard about that over a month ago from him. I haven't checked it out. I haven't tried it. I haven't played around with it. I have videos of that kind of stuff. Just haven't done it. One of the things I'm excited about with bodyweight is this guy, JSP. I think it's Jean St. Pierre. And he has a bodyweight thing. I downloaded the app. I think I watched part of one video once just to see, oh, this is working cool. All those apps I have for like the 7-minute exercises, I think I've used those a handful of times at best. And I got more than a handful. I have at least 7-minute workouts on my phone and my iPad. So getting to that and doing that, this is part of who I am. Adventure, you know. So knowing myself, trial and error. And this is cool because the trial and error is built in within this whole framework. Like this framework feels like it covers most of the bases. The funny thing is, back to trial and error, the way I wrote out the full page, not full page, but full body workout, writing that out, I had this very, like, it was all about supersets, you know, back then chest, and then bicep, then tricep, and you know, now I got opposite of, you know, calf exercises. I have, you know, the I can't remember what they're called, but the opposite of a calf raising exercise. Because back to the whole knee thing, like I want to be able to go strong like that. I want to also be able to go strong like that. I want to be able to go strong down. I also want to be able to go strong up. So balancing that out, because let's say it's out of whack, you're really, really strong at pushing it down, but you have no strength pulling it up. What am I, an alligator? No. And also I think that's like unnecessary tension on the joints. Maybe, not sure. Okay. So yeah, all these things, really psyched about it, really happy about it, but back to that whole full body workout. I did it, I drew it out, I was all about supersets. That went out the window by the third time I was doing it. I was just like, it'll just be easier to do this in the sequence based upon where the weights are located. I was changing weights and all that kind of stuff. Now that's great, changing your weights, changing how much you're lifting for the exact same exercise, that's wonderful if I'm doing breathing exercises in between. But if I just want to knock out a workout, I don't feel like wasting the time to change the weight, even especially if it's just by 5 pounds. Just do a few more reps, or a few less, or whatever. So really just going by that, and realizing how to streamline that. And if it's all tightly packed together, I'm doing a cardio workout. So that's the excuse for not doing breathing exercises in between. Also, the breathing exercises in between are just, even though I'm not going heavy with this stuff, on my adventure days, I can go heavy. So let's say I do 3 sets of a particular exercise, and I know I'm only going to do that exercise that day because I'm just going to really push it, and it'll be an excuse for me to find my edges. I'm kind of afraid of finding my edges during this thing because that leads to injury, it seems. It seems like I do an exercise, I go really hard, I find my edge on that. Oh man, that was just, that was muscle failure right there. I went to muscle failure. And then the next exercise I do, I screw up the form, I do something weird, I do use some momentum in a weird way, I'm not controlling my body, injury. So that's what going to my edges means to me. It means be careful, because you get to your edge, you're not going to have that much attention to pay attention to things later. And that, I don't always fall in that trap, but it's happened enough where I'm like, I don't know. And also, I think I self-sabotage. I think I push my edges just so I can take a week off. Be like, oh man, I hit that real hard. Ooh, I'll be feeling that for a while. Next week I go to do it. Ooh, ouch. Better take a few days off. It's a built-in excuse. Maybe it's subconscious, maybe it's not. But I love the idea of taking a week off. I get excited about like, whoa, I don't have to do anything I don't want to. That's so nice having that, and that becomes that adventure space. And it's just like, well, I kind of feel like not very good about myself today because I didn't do really anything physical. I'm used to doing physical things, so hey, I have no reason not to do something physical, and I just invent a fun challenge and go for it. So that's the reasoning behind the 4-week cycle. We will see how long that sticks. Also, good news is we'll get to see what kind of shape, I will get to see what kind of shape I'm in after doing the cycle for a few months and make determinations then. Okay, a lot more to say about this, a lot more thoughts, but really, chances are I'm just going to be saying the same things over and over again, just to reiterate stuff to myself. So I don't want to say goodbye, but I do. The proper thing would be to end this right now. So later it shall be.